We get lots of questions over here at the Yoga Trainer Fast Track about how this program works. Lots of details and answers and information are on our website, but sometimes it makes a lot of sense to just talk through the answers. So that's what we are doing today.
Welcome to the Yoga Trainer Fast Track.
We help experienced yoga teachers become trainers in their very own yoga teacher training school.
If you wish it was easier to have your own training,
like and subscribe to get free resources. Let's get started. One question that comes up quite often: do I use your school name for my RYS or your registered yoga school in this case? And the answer is you can use whatever name you want. We do work with some trainers who find it easier to just go with our branding, and they call themselves Ambassador Edmonton, for example. However, if you've worked hard as a business and as a yoga studio to create a brand, and you want to align your yoga teacher training with that brand, you are absolutely more than welcome to. It is your school. You can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, I think we have 20 schools so far, and only one has the Ambassador Yoga in the title, and all other 19 are just completely separate names. Second question is, can I change the manuals? Can I put my name on the manuals? And can I say I wrote the manuals? The short answer is no, you can't change the manuals. And the reason for that is because these manuals have already been approved with Yoga Alliance. Under the enhanced standards, you have to upload the manual in the very first part of the Yoga Alliance application. So if you change the manuals, then we can't guarantee that they will be approved. And we don't know that you're using our program, so we can't really back your school that way. Our program is already written, already approved. You don't change the manuals. You can put your name on the cover of the manuals if you're printing them out. But most trainers choose to let the students use the PDFs. And so they just use the manual covers that say Ambassador Yoga. We tried to pick a very neutral name for, whatever your school is. They're an ambassador of your school. So for that reason, you can change the covers if you're printing out the manual. And then, can you say you wrote the manual? You cannot, because we are maintaining the copyright to the manual. It took us 3 years to write them, so we're not ready to let people say that they wrote them. The copyright on the manual says Copyright Ambassador Yoga. What most people do who run the training is they just say to their students, I licensed a training with 5-star reviews on Yoga Alliance, so I didn't have to write a 700-page manual. And that's enough. People get that, and we haven't heard of any students complaining.
No, and it's like, I licensed it on your behalf. I wanted a high quality program that's approved by Yoga Alliance. It's been reviewed. I did that on your behalf. As an experienced yoga teacher, I can now teach it to you, and students are quite happy with that. What do I get with the Yoga Trainer Fast Track? So much deliciousness. So as mentioned, a 700-page manual. This is in digital format, so you and your students actually get the PDF, which you are more than welcome to print out if you like. It's in pretty color on the digital version. It's, of course, a 200-hour complete training. And as the trainer, you actually get 200 hours worth of trainer lesson plans. So in addition to getting a big, thick manual, you get instruction on how to deliver this training. And we use high quality teaching methodology and teaching techniques to make sure that your students really comprehend the concepts that you're teaching. So all of that is included. Unlimited support from us if you do have questions along the way. More than happy to answer your questions. Then you get 40 hours of pre-recorded training as well. This is a bonus. This is really great for you. As a 200-hour training program, you actually only have to teach 160 hours because 40 of those hours are complete for you. Aruna and I have created that content, and we do bring in specialists and guest speakers, and you'll see other people in the videos as well. And of course, your guaranteed Yoga Alliance school. So that's quite a bit you get with the Yoga Trainer Fast Track, I would say.
The 40 hours of recorded training at first is a surprise to people. But when we say, well, you don't have to use it, you can teach those 40 hours yourself, So far, we haven't had anyone who's thought, no, yeah, let me teach an extra week. People who are trying to do an intensive course in the summer, it cuts a whole week out of an intensive training. And when people just really think about it, they think, well, why shouldn't I just reduce my workload and use the recorded training?
I think it's actually a benefit for students as well, because those 40 hours under the direction of the lead trainer are fairly self-paced. You might decide when you give them access to those hours and when they have to be completed by, but it gives the students some freedom in their schedule as well.
And what I like about the 40 hours, just to tag onto that, is they're taught by Claire. And we also have Parampreet Singh, who's a guest trainer who comes in and teaches on the history of yoga and yoga philosophy in the Bhagavad Gita. And that really honors the roots of yoga through the online training, and of course with myself as well. We get a lot of perspectives that we wouldn't get by just doing it with one trainer or even with a few trainers. Okay, what's our next frequently asked question? What is not included in the program? You are responsible for your Yoga Alliance fees, and you pay those directly to Yoga Alliance. You do all your own advertising, promoting, marketing for the training. You're registering your students for the training. You're collecting their payments from your students, and you're communicating with your students. So we don't ever communicate with your students. That's all your relationship with them. You will need to get your own insurance for your training, and any fees, if you hire trainers, any room rentals, any supplies that you incur during the training, you're going to pay for those. So basically what you're getting with the training is the manual and the trainer lesson plans and the Yoga Alliance school. That's a big part. So you're ready to teach the training. And then how you deliver it is up to you at that point.
Oh my goodness. So how much does this all cost? Great question. This one obviously is frequently asked. And the short answer is it's a $6,000 program. We operate in US dollars. You have the option to pay the $6,000 up front or in 4 installments, which means because we have 4 modules, 4 50-hour modules, you can purchase one module at a time, essentially, and you're on your own schedule as you need. In addition to the initial investment, there's also a 10% license fee for your students to have access to the online content that we were just talking about. Once again, that is paid as you need it per student, and the 10% is based on the amount that you decide to charge your students. So we won't tell you what to charge. That's up to you.
And any fees, as we mentioned, to Yoga Alliance. I really like what you said, Claire, about how people don't pay unless they're running the program. So when you're making money, you're paying the licensing fee. But when you're not running the program, if you decide to take a year off, then you're not paying anything.
Yes, very much. This is not a subscription.
And I think you covered this one, the last one. How much do I charge my students? What about the training schedule? So you are the lead trainer, you're the school owner, and you decide how much to charge your students based on what is appropriate in your market. The only caveat we have is that you cannot give away the training for free. And if you give a work exchange to a student, then you are still required to pay the license fee. So you need to factor that in when you set your prices. You also set your own training schedule and you handle all the registration and communication. That's up to you, whether you run an intensive or weekends or weeknights. That's all up to you. So you're the school owner. You will take the lead on all of those important decisions for your school.
So those are frequently asked questions. Of course, if you have a question that's not here, feel free to reach out to us. We recommend a discovery call. We can tell you in a more sort of direct format how the Yoga Trainer Fast Track can work for you.
So we'll see everyone in the next video if they want to find out about our philosophy behind the program.